Hello guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about the project 2 of Literary Perspectives. And the project that I worked on was picking 2 sub-themes for each day, Monday through Thursday. And the first sub-theme of the story that I picked was war dances. To summarize the story War Dances, here is the son, older son, and his father. He's taking care of his older father, who is on his hospital bed because he has an alcoholic problem. So in the hospital, his dad asks for him to go get him a blanket. He goes and gets a blanket and comes back and gives him the blanket. After that, he says, "This is too thin." Then, with that being too thin, he goes back again and goes and finds a friend that may have another blanket for his dad. Then he comes back, and they both come back, and his friend sings to his dad in a celebration. So the sub-theme for this story would be that the father is being a good son to his dad, and the father is being a good father figure to his kids. He's being very educational and very respectful to his kids, and also a good husband to his wife. The next story that I'm going to talk to you about is the story Root by Terrence Hayes. And the sub-theme that I talked about for this story would be the circle of life. The circle of life is just something that when life goes around, events create your life based on what goes on and how you deal with those events. And so the summary of the Root is saying that his parents are trying to convince him of certain events and certain aspects of life, and he's kind of just going along with the flow. So he's just going around in a circle as his parents are telling him this. And one thing would be a tone for this literary device, because Terrence, as he writes this, his parents are kind of in a serious and educational tone to get the reader to tell that the parents are trying to convince Terrence. The next story that I will talk to you about is Christmas, 1970. And so I'm just going to draw a Christmas tree to make it easy. So this is the Christmas tree that I drew, and this is about Castillo is writing this, and she's looking back on her childhood, and she's emigrated to Miami, Florida, when she was 8 to escape the war in Cuba. So this kind of just shows and talks about Christmas in 1970, and it's kind of doing a flashback of her childhood and just memories that she's had with her family. And I would say that Christmas for the literary device would be symbolism. Christmas means a lot, and it means family. And then, so I talked about how just how family is just a big part of Christmas. And the next story that I talked about was America. America was a story where they talked about not having a Thanksgiving in their hometown. They were very homesick, and that was the sub theme, being homesick. And a visual learner that I picked was, oh my god.